Well, hello, everyone. How are you today?
I'm good. I keep thinking it's Tuesday, but it's not. It's Wednesday already.
Wednesday,
so-
yes. Oh, yeah,
Yep.
because we had Monday.
We did.
Monday was Labor Day.
Yep.
Yes.
That was nice. Had a really nice, relaxing weekend. The weather, if you had to order it, that's what
Was
we got.
perfect.
It was perfect.
Yeah,
It really
yeah.
was.
Now it's back to being warm again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay. That is okay. All right. Well, I'm excited to be here today.
I'm excited too, and I just want to tell everyone out there that we actually had to remove the quilt from this room because Sarah
We did.
really wanted to show everybody.
If you guys were here yesterday, Aubrey and I were live yesterday. Yes, Barbara. We said, Aubrey, you have to stay home today.
yeah,
And she texted me. So if you're new around here, Aubrey typically hosts our lives. So any of our workshops live, she's normally our host, and she is so good at it that we make her do all of them.
Yes.
I'm her fill-in, and we made her stay home today.
We
were like,
did.
you need to rest.
We did.
And then this morning she texted me and she said, I'll be watching. And I don't think she meant it that way, but I read it as though, don't mess up, I'll be watching. And I know she's watching on her big screen TV from her bed right now because she sent me a picture of her setup. So I know she's nice and cozy, but I bet she's taking notes to tell me what I can do better next time.
Be nice, Aubrey. Just be nice.
But she's feeling a little bit better, but we just said, you need to stay home. Yeah. You need to rest. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes. But okay. So I'm excited for today. I don't remember what I was talking about before we started talking about Aubrey. So I got a little sidetracked.
Yeah, but I know she was excited, and she's really disappointed that she couldn't be here. I don't know if that's because she's really excited.
She is
or
excited.
She's afraid to mess it up.
I don't. Maybe that. Maybe both things. She's very, very, very excited, and I hope you guys are too. So if you are brand new around here and we've never introduced ourselves to you, I am Sarah. So thank you so much for joining us today. And
I'm Annie.
And she is the Hoop Sister.
Yep. And she's
one
the
of them.
Hoop daughter.
The Hoop Sister.
And Aubrey
Junior.
that we were talking about is her sister.
Yes.
So, we are definitely a family-owned business.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a lot of fun.
Yes. Oh, yes. Thank you, Sandy. We were talking about the quilt. Yes. Yesterday, Aubrey and I were live, and the quilt was sitting right here, and I kept wanting to grab it. And so today Janet came and took it and physically removed it from this room. So I can't show you even if I wanted to. Yeah. Because that's what we do on our normal workshop. Right. But this is a mystery.
And it's so hard not to go, oh, look.
I know.
Something new. So, and that's about how wide it is.
Yes.
Did I say too much?
Well, no, I think it says it in here.
Okay.
So that's okay. So you guys know the deal. If you are, well, some of you know the deal. If you are brand new around here, put a number 1 in the comments. So if you're brand new, you've never joined us for a live, or you're still learning and you still think you're a newbie, put a number 1 in the comments so we can say hello. Hello, Carolyn. And then look at all the number 2s.
Yep, they know what to do.
They already know what to do.
Yep.
So drop a number 2. And Linda Russell, yes, 2+++++. Put a number 2 in the comments if you've been around a while. You're a Hoop Sisters pro. You know the deal. So today's going to be a little different because this is a mini mystery. So if you guys love the mystery quilt season every year in May, you're going to love this one too. So should we jump into it?
I think we should jump into it because they're probably all wondering, what are we doing?
Okay. Let's see. Come on. There we go. Okay. So we've been keeping a secret.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any guesses on what this is going to be? Because like I said, it's a little bit different. And we're excited to tell you about it today.
It looks,
there you are.
That previous screen or picture looks like Nina couldn't keep a secret.
Nina told.
And Janet is next to her looking in the envelope. And Janet's one that's currently has possession of this quilt.
So she knows the secret.
She knows the secret too.
Any guesses? Okay, so we are going to be introducing you to our mini mystery mailer. And that's a mouthful. I love it. I love alliteration. So this is our mini mystery mailer featuring a design called Home Sweet Home. So obviously we are not going to show you Home Sweet Home today, you guys. We're not going to show you the actual design, but we're going to give you some teases. And also today, you're going to stitch something out. What are you going to stitch out?
I am going to stitch out. I am going to stitch out the registration gift that we've seen people stitch out and
Mhm.
pop up. And Joni Sanderson, I hope your next one goes smoother than your last try.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, she had evidently a machine tried to eat things is what it looked like.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to stitch out the little home sweet home. It can either be a pillowcase, not a pillowcase. It's kind of a pillowcase.
Little mini
A pin cushion. It can be a pin cushion, so you could put stuffing and maybe a plastic template in the back so you don't get stuck, or you can make it as a mug rug. So, and it's fun. It kind of has some hints of what Home Sweet Home might look like. But this is fun because it has some cross stitch in it. If you registered for this, you would have gotten this for free. So it has some cross stitch in it, and it has another font that kind of reminds me of calligraphy, which is pretty cool.
Very cool. Yeah, so we're going to stitch that out today. I see a couple comments saying YouTube isn't working. I know we're live over there. I see some comments coming from YouTube. So if you can hear me and you're on YouTube and you're having some troubles, hop over on Facebook. You'll see us on our Hoop Sisters page. We're live there as well. So just a little note. Okay. So let's jump into it a little bit more.
Let's jump into it, and that way
and then we'll
start
stitch.
Let's start with some stitching.
You want to stitch first?
Yeah,
okay.
Let's do a little stitching because it really won't be super duper easy to show this to
I'm
everybody.
gonna pop this camera up then.
Okay, I'm gonna move the little plant. Okay, so this is, I'll give you a better look of it, the little Home Sweet Home pin cushion, or you can use it as a mug rug. So since we really can't show you any of the blocks or the entire quilt, we're going to stitch out the registration gift that many of you have received. So your first step, and I kind of did it right here just as an example, is you're going to hoop your battleizer. And our battleizer is our batting stabilizer combination product. And it's great because you only need to hoop one item. It's thin, it's easy to hoop, but you need that stabilization for the stitching, and you also need the batting because you're making a quilt. So our first step is to put this in the hoop, and then the machine will stitch a tacked, or actually this is a placement stitch, so you know where to put your fabric. Now I use some green thread here. However, our instructions tell you to use a water-soluble thread. If you're using a lighter fabric, the thread you use may shine through. So just things to think about. And then the next step is also water soluble. So that's nice just to put it in the needle right in the beginning to get it over with. Your step 2 would be to add your fabric right to the top. And we tell you exactly what size to make your fabric. And I always check all the different sizes to make sure I have equal amounts, top and bottom, extending past that placement stitch. And then you put this back on the machine. Of course, your battleizer is going to be in the hoop, and then it stitches a tack down to hold that fabric in place. So I'm going to jump over to the machine. I kind of got a little bit of a head start for you guys.
And by the way, what she's stitching, I'll change the camera over to her in a moment, but she is stitching the Home Sweet Home, I believe you said pin cushion or mug rug is what this is.
Right.
And this is the free gift for registering. Just a heads up, registration is still open. So if you did not register yet and you're like, darn it, I need that, I want to have it. I mean, it's a free, adorable little pin cushion or mug rug. Head on over to the website and you can register for and get this gift, this little design for free. I think it's open until 3:00 today. So just a heads up for that. All right.
Okay.
Hold on one second. Let me switch.
Sure. Okay. All right, so I'm here at the machine now, and as you can see, I hooped my battleizer. I did the step 1, which is underneath the fabric, and then step 2 is doing the tack down stitch. Step 3 is stitching the cross stitch that you see here. So I already have my home, and I'm up to my second home. Honestly, I'm going to hit the start button, and then we're going to watch it stitch the E. I'm going to do a thread change. After that, cut that jump or that little tail there. And like Sarah said, this is still a free gift for registering, and you can still do that up until 3 o'clock today. You get a fun little mug rug to gift to somebody. Super easy to stitch out. Okay, it's going to stitch a little heart now. I was wondering, Sarah, if anyone out there does cross stitch by hand.
I don't know. Let's see if they say
Yeah, yeah. If you cross stitch by hand, let us know. Janet here in our office does, and she was showing me some of the neat this neat design that she was doing by hand, but it's always a little quicker to be able to do it by machine.
All right, y'all. While this stitches, I see a lot of comments that say YouTube's not working. The link isn't working. That is my fault. Aubrey's already taken notes telling me what I did wrong. I already know, though. It's my fault. I went live under the wrong link. So I'm sorry about that, you guys, but we'll get that corrected. And for anyone who's having trouble on YouTube and prefers YouTube, we'll send you a correct link for that.
Man, she's not going to let us forget that. This is
know.
why we need Aubrey in the house all the time. Okay, so now there's a thread change, and I'm basically going to, well, it looks like my thread wants to be all knotted up. But I'm going to do a thread change, and we're going to do a chimney and a roof, and also the word sweet in a calligraphy type font. And unlike Sarah, I like using the needle threader on the machine.
Yeah.
Okay, so while this stitches out, we'll just watch it here for a second, and then we're going to switch back over and tell you just a little bit more about our mini mystery mailer.
Alrighty. Well, that stitches. Okay, so you guys, I bet, want to know more about the mini mystery mailer. Right now, we have that free gift stitching out over on the machine. Let's share a little bit more, should we?
Okay, yes.
Oh, there's the free gift again. It's so cute.
It is cute.
Super cute. I need one of those. You gonna make me one?
Yeah, I'll give you this one.
Okay.
I'm making you one right now.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm trying to start some questions I see rolling in too. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop those in the comments. We will star those and get to those in a little bit. But let's jump into it. So
Yeah.
do you want to give them a couple clues on what the mini mystery mailer is?
Absolutely. It is a mini quilt, and it's about 15 inches wide and 21 inches long. There are 9 blocks in this quilt that each one is unique. They all have the Home Sweet Home theme to it. And the block size is 4.9 by 6.9. So you will need a minimum of a 5 by 7 hoop. And the fun thing is we have a fabric kit that goes along with it. So you just buy the fabric kit and the design. You won't have any idea what it looks like until you receive your package.
That's so fun.
It is fun.
I love a good mystery.
I do too.
So kind of like she just said, unlike our usual mystery quilt that we do every May, this one is a little bit different. You are going to know exactly what it looks like when you receive your mailer. There will be an image on the insert in your mailer, so you'll know. So it's that's going to be really exciting mail to open up, I think.
It is.
The other thing about this is these blocks stitch really quick. It's a mini mystery, so keep that in mind. So the layout and the scale of your blocks and the number of blocks to stitch is a lot smaller than the typical mystery quilt that we run every May. So a mini mystery. And in the mini mystery mailer, you'll get a USB with all of your design files and instructions and everything, and then a fabric kit. And it's all in one for just $65.99. Now, I think before I keep talking about it, we should show them the fabrics.
Yes,
You want to show them the fabrics?
I think we should show them the fabrics. So your fabric kit will come with this little insert that shows all the fabric that will be in there. Well, let's just take a look at the fabric itself. It's just such pretty fabric. Look at that print. I absolutely love that. And a lot of coordinating fabrics that go along with that. Look at that one. Isn't that precious? And I love this check. This is kind of a watermelon color. The colors are absolutely gorgeous. And then the background, you may not be able to pick it up on the camera, but it's a tone-on-tone white that has little flowers on it, which is super cute.
It looks great.
So it is, I just love this fabric color combination from the pinks and the oranges to those aqua colors. We got floral solids and checks. I mean, it's just, I think it's a great combination there. So I think all of you will love this.
And Barbara wants to know, are those the actual fabrics that you're going to get?
Yes.
Yep. So
That's a good question.
It's not assorted. I know sometimes we'll say assorted. This is not assorted. All of the kits look just like this. Okay.
Adorable.
Pardon me as I read a couple comments. Okay, I'm going to head back over to this and we'll chat a little more. Okay. So again, the mini mystery mailer, you're going to get the fabric kit plus the USB mailed to you. It is $65.99, which is a steal, I think, because these are the cutest little blocks. 9 unique blocks are included in this. And today only, we are shipping for free within the contiguous US on orders over $99. I had to make myself a little limited stock icon. I do want to let you guys know these are limited stock. Once they sell out, they're gone. We are not going to be doing back orders on these, so just keep that in mind.
But the free shipping's kind of nice because if you need more battleizer to do this, or another hoop scissors, or a trimmer, anything like that you would be able to easily get to the free shipping price.
Yes. Okay. Let me just
Sarah's
trying to make sure I'm not missing
any. She's not missing anything. We're still stitching over there. We're doing our little roof line.
So again, in the mini mystery mailer, that's going to include the fabric kit that we just took a peek at, and then the Home Sweet Home design files on USB. So you'll get all of those files, the instructions, all that good stuff. And let's go over to some of these questions that I started, but I thought this was funny. Norma said, wow, love it when I go to my account and buy and have store credit.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I love it too.
Did we skip the fun? Oh, I should take, okay. I see a couple, so Laura just asked, what will the final size be? So the finished size is right here. It's about 15 inches by 21 inches. I saw a few more questions to that effect. So
and we could have it in here and hold it up, but we were afraid Sarah would turn it around.
I might.
And end up showing
everybody. I probably would. Look at me zoom. I'm trying to get in all close to see this.
That's all right. That's all right.
Okay.
Yep. So they're basically a little bit, skinnier than a 5x7 block, and there's 9 of them. So super cute too.
Okay, let's go to. I want to do this slide next because those of you that are a little bit newer around here, you might have this question. So just to clear this up, because you don't want to order something and then not have all the tools that you need to finish it. So these are what we would call our must-have tools. Do you want to talk to them about Battleizer? What is Battleizer?
Absolutely. Battleizer, it is our batting product that is basically the base for 99.99% of our designs. And the Battleizer is a batting and a stabilizer combination. So since you're doing embroidery and there's sometimes some of the blocks, they've got more stitching than a normal quilt block would have. So you need that stabilization. And since it's a quilt, you of course see the batting. But this way, you don't have to buy two products. You don't have to attempt to try and hoop two products and have things shift and move on you. You basically are going to hoop and purchase just one product. So that's our Battleizer, which is that batting and stabilizer combination product.
Yeah, so we would call that a must-have product, along with a pair of hoop scissors.
Yes.
I will be honest, I love the hoop scissors mini. That's my preference. So if you're kind of torn between the two, I think the mini is probably the way to go.
Yeah, I agree.
The regular size hoop scissors is also great for trimming in the hoop, but the mini is just so cute and petite and perfect for those close cuts.
It is really cute. And the trimmer by George that you see there, that acrylic ruler, that I'm going to demonstrate as soon as our little block comes out of the hoop. Our little home sweet home block, and I will show you how to use the trimmer by George. And the nice thing about it is there are QR codes that we have in all our instructions that take you to a video that's really in depth to show you how to use it. So if you're new and you're wondering how do I use that, or how do I find that video and it's buried somewhere within this video to show you how to use it, you will always have a QR code that you can just take a look at that takes you to a YouTube video and shows you exactly how to use it.
Yeah, and then down on the bottom line, there's some threads. So monopoly thread is a clear invisible thread. You'll use that during the assembly portion. Vanish light thread is your water soluble thread, which we use in all of our blocks. And then the strip stick, again, for assembly, especially if you're using wool. That's where we would recommend that. All righty. I see a question. Miss Terry, I believe you asked, I lost your comment, but Terry, I think that you asked what was the amount for free shipping. It was $99. Do you want to go to the next step in that?
Yes. This
Okay.
is the last.
Let me
step.
switch around our microphones real quick.
Okay, you're good. Okay. So I am on the last step. You can see we've got everything all stitched out and it's super cute. Our next step is we're going to put right sides together of our fabric, and it's going to stitch around the entire area, but with a little opening so we can turn it. You would have to match your needle and your bobbin thread to whatever fabric you're using. I'm just going to leave the fabric in that's in there, that teal, that way you can see exactly what is going to stitch. So let's just stitch our seam around the perimeter of this. And then I will show you how to use the trimmer by George. So all you have to do is this stitches out. Just make sure your fabric is laying flat. Sarah, I guess this is going to be yours, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I should have consulted color choices for you.
I think it kind of matches my shirt today almost.
Okay. I'm going to move our fabric here. Put our hoop over here. Okay. So what you're going to do, and it's the same both ways, whether you are turning this into a pin cushion or if you're just turning it into a mug rug. You can see we have an opening right here where we do not have any thread that's stitched, so that's our opening. But before we turn it, we're going to trim our Battleizer right up to that stitching. So let me show you a little tour of our trimmer by George. And it is basically, it's an acrylic ruler, and that it has something that most acrylic rulers do not have. And that is this metal crimped edge here. And this crimped edge, this side, is what is going to protect your fabric that's on the front of your block. And it's also something that you can run your rotary cutter against. So we could try and cut this with the scissors, in which case, pretty good chance that we would nick our fabric with the blade of the scissors. Or the same, if you think, well, I can just use my rotary cutter and ruler. You could, but again, you run the same risk of cutting into that fabric. So I'm going to show you how to use this. We're going to take our metal edge. We're going to shimmy it between the fabric and the battleizer. And shimmy means you just stick it in there like that and lay it down. Sarah's doing a shimmy over here, if you can only see. So then you just do a little tug on here just to get the metal edge nice and close to that seam. And then you're going to just use that metal edge to cut against to remove the battleizer. So as you can see, it's gone and we won't have that bulk that's left in the seam. Okay, I'm going to turn around and do you're going to do all these sides with the trimmer by George. Some of you I know are such pros at this. There's always new people that pop on. And this is the side that has the opening, but we have plenty of stitching here to put that trimmer against. I will tell you that you do need to use a 60 millimeter rotary cutter instead of a 45, because this metal edge does raise that ruler up a little bit. And so you need that extra room on your rotary cutter. And this is my last edge. Okay, so now you can see how that's a great tool for removing the bulk in the seams. I mean, not just Hoop Sisters designs, but any designs you're able to do that. So I am going to you can see my blue stitching, which is kind of nice because you guys can see from there. But I'm going to use the ruler side. It's a kind of a dual tool. And I'm going to line up my 1/4 inch mark on my ruler with that seam that we use to attach the backing. And I'm just going to cut the fabric that's left to 1/4 inch from that basting stitch.
Jackie said, I made a case for the trimmer, but it never seems to be in there because I'm always using it. That's a good problem, though, I think.
Time for a sewing retreat or a class to take or something. Okay, so now I have 1/4 inch from where we added our backing. I'm going to go ahead and clip the corners. I don't have a scissors, but I can still use my trimmer by George. Get my corners clipped so it turns real nice. And I could freehand it, but I'm afraid I would get that stitching, so I'm going to use the edge of the ruler to do that.
And Shannon, over on YouTube, you asked a fabulous question, and we are going to answer it in 1 minute when Annie.
Okay. So now all you have to do is turn it and stitch the opening. What I like to do before I turn it, though, is I like to take this and press it before I turn it. I'm just going to finger press it for now. And then I'm going to press this side, finger press this side. But if you can take it to your ironing board, that way when you turn it, it seems to work a lot nicer. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it right side out. And this is officially Sarah's now. Okay. I'm gonna go grab a hoop scissors so I can poke out those corners.
So while she's doing that, I want to put Shannon's question up here because I love it. I think it's a great one. She wants to know, what do you do with the leftover battleizer that you trim?
Great question.
So I'll move some of your scraps and let you
answer that.
Chat about that with whichever of those.
Okay.
All right. Keep your questions coming in. I know some of you are joining a little bit late over on YouTube. I used the wrong link to go live, so the wrong link was sent out, and that is all my fault. So I'm sorry about that if you were having trouble joining on YouTube. It's my fault. I will take responsibility for that one, but I'm glad you're here now. We are going to run back through some of the particulars about the mini mystery mailer in one moment.
So Sarah, is this going to be a mug rug for you or a pin cushion?
I think it's a mug rug.
Okay. All right. So then all that's left that you have to do is, and you can hand stitch the opening closed, or if you just want to put it on your machine and top stitch the edge, I'd give it a good little press there, but there it is. Now, if you're going to turn this into a pin cushion, I recommend you grabbing a piece like plastic template and putting that in there so that it's on the bottom between here,
Smart.
but on the bottom, and then on top of between the plastic template and the top of it, there you would put some stuffing in there, and then you can close it up. And then you'd have a cute little pin cushion where the pins will not be poking all the way through. Now, who was it? Shannon that had that question? Okay, Shannon, that is a great question because I don't like filling my trash can with things that maybe I could use somewhere else. So a couple of suggestions. This one didn't have a whole lot on either side. Sometimes when you have to use the bigger hoops for something to make it fit, you may have a little bit more. But all we suggest this in just about every live. I think these ends are a little straighter. They're the edge. But just butt your ends up together and then just either zigzag or choose a multiple zigzag. Multiple zigzag means there's like 2 or 3 stitches when it zigs and 2 or 3 when it zags. So either a multiple zigzag or a zigzag, and you can attach these two together. And I mean, if you want to keep going, but definitely keep your scraps and then just have a day where you can mindlessly start zigzagging. We call it frankenbatting. You probably heard that term before from here, other places too. But just frankenbat those scraps together. And that way you can rehoop them and keep on going.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So we are going to run back through some of the details of the mini mystery mailer. So if you didn't catch this at the beginning, we're going to do this again. Or if you did catch it and you still have questions, now is a great time to ask those in the comments, and we will do our best to pin those and then answer them after we get through a few of the slides. So first, a few clues. It's a mini quilt.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Approximate finish size is 15 inches by 21 inches. Do you want to talk a little bit about the 9 unique blocks?
Yes, the 9 unique blocks. I can't talk. They are things that would probably warm your heart, things that remind you of home sweet home. And there's a variety of different techniques inside them as well. Very simple, easy techniques I'm sure you have all used in the past, but they're just things that remind you of home, remind you of our craft. And I'm trying to think what else I could tell them.
Earlier you said hobbies.
Hobbies. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So there's some little hints and tips for you, but each one is a little bit different and they are definitely unique. And I think you guys will really like this.
All righty. And so block sizes are also listed right there. It comes in one size. So it's 4.9 inches by 6.9 inches for each of the blocks. So you do need a minimum hoop size of 5 by 7. And I don't know, it's just really cute. I don't know what else I'd add to that. You are going to have no idea what this looks like. It is a mystery, of course, until you receive the mailer. And then there will be an image of it along with your fabric, which let's look at that fabric really quick again.
Okay. These are the fabrics that you're going to get. And these are the exact fabrics that you'll get. So you'll get this fabric in 2 different cuts. So one's for binding and one is for, I believe, the piecing, and that is in some of the blocks. You have a beautiful teal. So we have some pink, some orange, some aqua colors. You can see this here. This is an adorable print. We have an orange solid. Then we have another pink floral. And if you have florals, you got to have a little check. So we have a little aqua and white check right there. And then this is actually called watermelon. And that's what I made a registration gift in. And that's a really pretty color. So these are the colors. These will be in the exact fabrics that will be in your kit. Aren't they precious? They're just so pretty.
Are.
Oh, and the white
The
which
white is really pretty even
the
because it's
white.
not just a solid white. It's that tone on tone.
Right. And I think they can see a
Yeah,
little bit
it
of
shows
it.
up
Tone
nicely.
on tone white with a little flower all over it. So it's super cute.
Yes. Okay. And again, unlike our usual mystery quilt's a little bit bigger, right?
It is.
It has more blocks, larger blocks in it. This is a mini version. So again, you're not going to know what it looks like till you get the mailer. It's a mystery, but the mini version, the blocks stitch really quick. They're smaller in scale. The layout is smaller in scale. And then in the mailer, they're going to get the fabric kit that you just went over and a USB. And the cost is $65.99. But remember, this can ship to you for free if you spend $99 or more. So just keep that in mind if there's something else that you see on the website that you might need, which brings me back to, I saw this comment earlier by Loretta. She said, got mine ordered and getting to free shipping was not a problem. That's funny, Loretta.
Loretta, usually if I'm ordering something from someone, I don't have a problem getting it either.
Right? And this is limited stock. So
Yes.
these mystery mailers are limited stock. Once they are gone, they're gone. We are not doing back orders for fabric. So keep that in mind. Let's see, what is next? We talked about must-have tools. So let me know if you guys have any questions on that. I see a lot of you are ordering. Thank you, Ingrid and Jane. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is next. Sorry, I am filling in for Aubrey if you guys can't tell today because I'm like, now what are we doing? And I used the wrong link to go live. So, but if you have any questions after the live or during the live that are particular to your order, we have an amazing customer experience manager, Nina Gladden, who can help you get all of those answered. Right now, she's on the live commenting, answering questions as she can. But if you have specific questions regarding your order or free shipping or anything like that, please don't hesitate to reach out to Miss Nina after the live. You can give her a call at the phone number you see there or shoot her an email and she will answer you as quick as she can. She's really awesome and she's so helpful. She can help you with anything.
Yeah.
And then the reveal. I saw a couple comments and someone was like, can you just show us already? Why aren't you showing us?
We're so excited too that we're kind of like, if that quote was in here, if you didn't show it, I probably would.
Yeah.
Because we're like, it's so cute.
Yeah, if you weren't here at the beginning, we told you guys we had to physically remove it from the room because we would have shown it. Okay, so the reveal. Talk to them about the reveal date.
Okay, the reveal is in 2 weeks. So September 17th, again on a Wednesday at 2:00. You'll need to come back and then we will reveal it. And then between now and the 17th, I got to figure out which block I'm going to stitch out. I'm not sure which one it's going to be, but I will stitch out one of the blocks live so you can see how that's done. So come back in 2 weeks, write that on your calendar. Make sure you're in as getting the texts from us, the text reminders, and we'll have you pop in on the 17th so you'll be able to see it.
Okay, the boss commented this, so we got to put it up there.
Adding to cart does not hold it for you. Be sure to check out.
Yes, so if you add it to your cart and then you go, oh, I'll finish that and come back later, there's a chance it could be sold out. It does not reserve it for you by putting it in your cart. You do have to complete the purchase. Okay. Hopefully I'm not missing any comments. Let's see. I see you asked this question a couple of times. Kathy said, any reason why it would not fit in a 5x7 hoop? It does fit in a 5x7 hoop.
Absolutely.
The size of the files themselves are 4.9 by 6.9. So it's actually a little bit smaller.
We wanted to make sure it fit in your hoop. I think somebody further down, Sarah, in the comments asked about, will it fit in her Janome 5x7 hoop? Yes, it will.
Yes. So it does fit in there. If you're stitching it out and for whatever reason you're having issues with that, reach out to us directly.
Chris, I was just reading your comment. My husband just walked in and said another package on the
That is funny. I bet he's got something coming from Lowe's or Amazon now.
Yes, he does. Absolutely.
Okay. And yep, Karen knows what to do. Karen over on YouTube said, I have $100 and it's not taking off my shipping. I'll email Nina.
Yeah,
That's right.
there
That's
you
what you
go.
gotta do, Karen. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Okay. Penny wants to know, where do I go to order? Penny, you will see it's either from Nina at Hoop Sisters or Hoop Sisters is dropping in the comments links to order. You can go ahead and click on that. That will direct you to our website right under that new arrivals category, and you will be able to order. Okay, one thing I want to mention on this screen, if you do purchase the digital download option for the mini mystery, you will not see your design files in there until the reveal date. So just a quick mention of that, just so that if you go there, you're not wondering why you can't stitch it out. We don't want to ruin the mystery quite yet.
And so what Sarah's talking about, the digital download, that you can choose to get the fabric kit with the USB, or you can choose to get the download. And they're two totally separate things. And like she said, you're not going to see anything in there to be able to, you can download fabric and thread key, but nothing to give you any hints just yet, not for 2 weeks.
Okay, hold on. I don't appreciate this. Aubrey.
No.
I made a huge boo-boo on this live. You are not going anywhere. Okay, we have a few questions that I wanted to answer. We're going to kind of run through these quickly. If you have more questions, put those in the comments, please, and we will get them answered. Lucille wants to know, is there a right or left side to the battleizer?
Well, Lucy, there is one side that has like the stabilizer or scrim side of it. And typically, if I'm not adding any wool, I will typically have the scrim side down. Okay. And sometimes it looks a little shinier. But there's many times I just don't even care and I just use it.
Yeah.
And when you're finished, you really can't tell the difference. But if you want to absolutely make sure, just pull it apart a little bit to find which side that scrim is on or which side looks a little shinier, and that should go to the bottom.
All righty. And then do you want to answer this question from Jan?
Oh, what size is my hoop? The one I used today, I believe it's I think it's a 5x7. It might be a little bit bigger.
And we always say you just want to use, I mean, and for this one, it's one size, but just use the smallest hoop that you have that's still going to fit the block.
Yep. That is an embroidery rule that never fails, is always choose the smallest hoop possible for the project you're working on.
There's another one for you.
Okay. Do y'all like a particular brand of thread? You know what, Tricia, I will say that any good quality embroidery thread that your sewing machine dealer carries, and it doesn't matter if it's, and I'm probably going to forget some names, some Mettler, help me with some names here, Robeson Anton. If your sewing machine dealer sells a brand of thread, buy what they have, because they have tested it on their machines. They know it works. Whether if you go to a big box store and they maybe have some off-brand, I would probably steer away from it and go find a local quilt shop or local sewing machine dealer and choose something like that. I think most of our thread in-house here is Robeson Anton. I think it's just because we had a large collection of it and we kept collecting.
We do have a lot of it. Okay. Mary, I know we already answered this. I tagged this a long time ago, but finish size, do you remember it?
It was, I think, 15 by 21.
Yeah, I think so. Sounds right. Let's see. Oh, Rosemary said this when we were talking about the hoop scissors. The hoop scissors are the minis.
Yep.
Yeah, she says she loves the mini. She has a pair at each machine.
I know. I probably have half a dozen pair at every single station.
Yeah. Okay. When do you use monopoly thread?
The monopoly thread is used in a couple different, one of the places it's used is if you add a one-piece back, which is what this quilt is you are going to attach your backing to the top of your quilt that already has the batting in it if you use the battleizer, but it's just to attach those two layers. And usually we have you put that in the needle and also in the bobbin, and then you will just choose a serpentine stitch and stitch in the ditch to attach those layers. Any other places you can think of we use it? Some of our quilts, we add the backing molds in the hoop, and then we sew the blocks together, and the backing's already on it, so we cover the seams with sashing. Probably saying too much here. And in those cases, we'll attach the sashing also with monopoly thread.
Okay. Judith asked, is it beginner friendly?
Yes.
I think this is a really good one for beginners, actually.
I do too.
Some of the things as a beginner that I would really like about it are they're quick to stitch. There's not that many blocks in it.
Right.
There's the 9 unique blocks, so each
Right.
one's a little different. And then I would really like that the fabric is picked out for me.
Yes.
That I don't have to worry
absolutely.
about what fabric somebody's
Yep,
going to use.
absolutely. And I like what you said about there's only 9 blocks, so you're not overwhelmed with the size of a project either. So it is a good beginner one.
Okay, Jackie said, will we have the fabrics before the reveal? You should, Jackie. The shipping is ready to go. They're ready to ship these out to you as quickly as they possibly can. So I would definitely think that you should have them. The reveal date is in 2 weeks, so there shouldn't be any issues with that. And then I see you're asking about the date of the reveal. Let me go to this slide. The reveal date is on September 17th. So we'll show you on September 17th. Of course, if you order the mini mystery mailer, you're going to know before then.
Yep, you'll
be stitching it.
Yeah, you can put that USB in your computer and you can take a look at it. You can even be stitching it. You can go ahead and attempt to post it to our VIP Facebook group. However, we will not approve it until the 17th. So actually, that should be a challenge when you get it. Make a blog.
Yeah.
Post it. And I've been known in the past to post things that shouldn't have been posted because it hadn't been released yet. So it's kind of like us having that quilt in here and showing
we had to take your privileges away. No, I don't even think we can do that.
Do your kits allow, didn't see it all, enough fabric for starching? Okay. I am not sure what you mean by that. Allow enough fabric for starching.
So ask us again in a little bit of a different way if you can.
Yeah, explain it at kindergarten level because that's where I am.
Okay, well, I'm going to run through, if you want to keep an eye on comments for a second, I'm going to go back over to this design or this slide rather. I know there's still a lot of you on here. So just to recap, I actually went to the wrong slide. In the mini mystery mailer, you are going to get the USB and the fabric kit. So you'll have all the fabric that you need to stitch it, plus the design files on USB for $65.99. It will ship free for orders that are over $99. This is limited stock, and once it's gone, it's gone. So we don't know how long it'll last. We are very excited about this, though. Can't wait to show you this on September 17th. And we're excited once you guys get it to start stitching it out.
On that starch question, it said someone else, and I don't remember if it's Teresa that asked that question, but it says to starch to kind of pre-shrink. This is really good quality fabric. I don't think you're going to have to worry about anything pre-shrinking at all. You won't have to pre-wash it. There should be enough fabric there. And because I'm telling you it won't shrink, you should be able to starch it if you want to.
I would say we almost always starch our fabrics too.
Yeah, but with a spray starch, I'm not sure if she's doing some other kind of technique or not.
Oh my gosh. Linda Russell said, my order says shipped. So it's on the way. So Linda, you should have that before the 17th.
She should. She might have before the weekend.
Yeah.
Who knows?
All righty.
Yeah.
Any last words before we head out?
I would gonna have a saying from Nike.
Just do
it. You will not regret it. You will love this. And it's just a fun design. So
yeah, I think it'll be fun. I'm excited for those of you who've jumped on board and dove in with us. You'll be in on the mystery a little bit before everyone else, which is really exciting.
That's right. I can't wait to see, because I'm sure by the 17th we'll have some blocks to look at that are finished, which is exciting.
And again, any questions on your order, please contact Nina. She's in the comments right now asking you to contact her if you have any questions. Don't hesitate to reach out. You can see her contact information right there on the screen. And thank you all for joining us. I hope you enjoy it once you get it.
Okay. We will see you next time. Maybe it'll be the 17th, maybe before.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.